Yo, this is the Scar City Studios YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. And our sponsors are Alpha Claims and Hire Birmingham, the leading and best accident management company. Get a replacement car anywhere in 1 hour. Now, I really appreciate you joining me today, and this first video is about some street news from Birmingham. The National Crime Agency has described these guys as the Peaky Blinders in reference to the Peaky Blinders. They have been jailed in regard to a chicken importation scheme that they have been executing for 3 years. Two ringleaders of a Birmingham-based organised crime group involved in smuggling millions of pounds worth of Class A drugs into the UK have been jailed for a combined sentence of 44 years. The gang, led by Wasim Hussain and Nazarat Hussain, unrelated, set up a series of front companies which were involved in the importation of chicken from the Netherlands. So we're back in Rotterdam. On 3 occasions, heroin and cocaine worth more than £5 million was seized in chicken shipments. However, the National Crime Agency investigators subsequently identified 16 more importations which they believe may have contained drugs. So these guys have been going to the National Crime Agency's knowledge since June 2016. They followed them for 3 years. Following 2 seizures, the crime group set up a totally new company to cover their tracks, using a new name to carry on the importation. So when you would imagine £5 million they've already discovered, and this still hasn't hurt them, it hasn't bankrupted them, it hasn't really affected their business. All they do is make a new name, new company, new business and start again. They used genuine shipping companies to move the drugs from Rotterdam in the Netherlands via distribution hubs across the UK and were collected by members of the group. The shipment was set up by Nazarat Hussain, who made regular trips over to Netherlands to meet the Dutch suppliers, as what the kids would call nowadays the plug. Following the interception of 2 chicken shipments, 2 gang members involved, the gang switched tactics yet again. This time they used 2 corrupt baggage handlers to collect 3 kilos of high purity cocaine from a flight from Brazil to Heathrow. But yet again, the NCA were watching their movements. The officers moved to make arrests on the airport workers. They met Birmingham taxi driver Adnan Malik just outside the airport. 3 kilos of high purity cocaine were found in the rucksack in the taxi. Wasim and Nazarat Hussain were both in contact with Malik throughout the run-up to the meeting and also tried to contact him after their arrest. After the drug smuggling route had been thwarted by police, Hussain moved back to the chicken method. So even after all these different times they've been arrested, caught, just doesn't stop. They've lost millions of pounds and it still hasn't even slowed them down. They recruited Mohammed Shabir, a worker at a Birmingham meat supplier, to go back to start importing via the chicken method. In June 2017, another shipment was dispatched from the Netherlands, but the drugs were removed by the police. These guys must have thought, what the hell is going on? The Dutch police were working with NCA, so they had a tip-off that they was expecting this to happen. When it arrived in Birmingham without the drugs, the group knew they had been busted. Wasim Hussain rang his main Dutch supplier and contacted him in a panic, telling him, throw your phone away, throw everything away, throw the SIM away. Wasim Hussain and Mohammed Shabir were arrested by the NCA officers shortly afterwards. Nazarat Hussain was arrested in the Netherlands at the time, and he was arrested by Dutch police and extradited back to the UK. Nazarat Hussain would later plead guilty to 3 counts of conspiring to import Class A drugs. 2 brothers called Majinder Singh and Davinder Singh, along with Mohammed Shabir, all pled guilty to participating in the activities of the organised crime group. Following a 5-week trial at Birmingham Crown Court, Wasim Hussain was found guilty of conspiracy. A 6th man, KM Hussain, was found not guilty of participating in the organised crime group. Following the conclusion of the trial, it can now be reported that Nazarat Hussain was convicted of conspiracy to supply a firearm back in 2010. 3 other men were also convicted on that case with that offence. So this goes to show the serious nature that Nazarat was operating on. He was access to firearms, access to the direct link they had in the Netherlands, and also a lot of drugs. He was sentenced to 29.5 years, while Wasim Hussain got 14 years and 4 months. Mohammed Shabir and the Singh brothers will be sentenced on the 23rd of January next year. The officer investigating the case explained how thorough they had been. It had gone on for more than 3 years. We automatically dismantled the organised crime group that was involved in the importation and distribution across the West Midlands. As well as drugs, the gang also attempted to source firearms, presumably to use if threatened by others. The investigation uncovered links to major networks in London and the Netherlands and other partnerships the Dutch police were crucial to identify. So this story goes to show the serious nature with how long the police will wait to be able to build up the evidence, to be able to lock you up for a very long time. So I really appreciate you joining me today. There is plenty more news on the way, so please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. I really want to hear what people have to say on this. Thank you. Peace.